So does that justify everything that you do?
Excuse me, let me tell you something. What do you think they were doing it for? Because they were trying to save us from poverty? No, they did it because they needed us. It's honor and family and loyalty. And some of us wanted a piece of the action. Now, we weren't educated like the Americans, but we had the balls to take what we wanted.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another live edition of On The Go right here on Driving to the Top Productions. I'm your host, Haas, and yes, I'm bringing the sauce tonight. What's up, everybody, here on this hump day? It's Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. Hope you all having a wonderful week so far. The rain is coming. Winter is fucking here for some people. It's coming for me. By this weekend, I'll talk more about that later, but as of right now, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on X at BigHoss337. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This show you can find on X and Instagram at OnTheGo_TXLA. Driving to the Top Productions. You know where to find them as well. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, so forth. Tonight's stream. One of two streams for the week, by the way. I'm doing double duty this week. This one is presented by Rogue Energy, the official gaming drink of On The Go, and by POGGERS, the official vitamin supplement of On The Go. Pick your poison. You go to rogueenergy.com or download the Rogue Energy app on any mobile device, or go to poggers.shop. There it is right there. OTG to get 10% off of your order. That is POGGERS and Rogue Energy, folks. Well, let's not waste any time, shall we? Let's go ahead and kick things off. Let's go ahead and take it out to the Lone Star State, shall we? Let's get this one out. Let's go to the 713 right now. Welcome to the land where just don't stop. Well, trunks pup, tops drops in, front end hot. Well, been a dark cloud partially for H-Town, as I'm going to go ahead and just get this out of the way. With the NFL playoffs going on, sadly, it comes down to the very end for the Houston Texans. Shout out, check out the World Elite Podcast, Dylan, Jordan, Blaine, every Tuesday night or Wednesday night, whenever they can, at 6 p.m. on YouTube for all your wrestling needs. Houston Texans fall 28. Oh, I got the score wrong. Let me edit that. It is 16, by the way. I don't know. I must have was typing fast. 28-16. Texans fall to the New England Patriots for a chance to go to the AFC Championship for the first time ever. They've been 6 times, never got past the second round. So that wraps up their season at 12-5 overall. But in their final game, 241 passing yards, 193 passing, 48 total rushing yards. Ain't going to cover it. Before I get the real reason why they cost this game, let's just talk about everybody else real quick. Woody Marks led in rushing, 14 carries for 17 yards. Not good numbers. Nick Chubb, 4 carries for 14 yards. Not good numbers. On the receiving end, not bad. Jaden Higgins, 6 catches for 59 yards. He led in receiving. Dalton Schultz had 2 catches for 47 yards. Xavier Hutchinson, 4 catches for 44 yards. And Christian Kirk, 2 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown. Defense, for their final performance, like I said, this defense carried the entire team all season. I'm here to talk positive about the defense. They're not the reason why they lost this game. In this game alone, they had 76 total tackles, 41 solo, 9 tackles for a loss, and 5 sacks. 5 sacks, courtesy 3 from Will Anderson Jr. and 2 from Danielle Hunter. Now, you want to know what costs them the game? I have been saying week after week, you cannot rely on an Ohio State quarterback. C.J. Stroud. Do you not want to be in the playoffs, bro? It's like week after week, you have been playing like shit in the postseason. The defense gave this team hope in the first round, and they're the main reason they won the game against the Steelers the week prior. You went 20 for 47. Yeah, I will admit you did good in passing, 212 passing yards. You did throw a touchdown pass to Christian Kirk for 10 yards. You threw 4 interceptions? That is uncalled for. And if I was D'Amico Ryan, I would have your ass out of here. I don't know if his rookie contract's up. I would rely on David Mills, or I'd go in the draft and find a damn quarterback that wants to win. Seems to me C.J. Stroud don't give a shit no more. And everyone's just tired of the bullshit. I'm kind of tired of C.J. Stroud myself. You can never rely on an Ohio State quarterback. And just for you, C.J. Stroud, for costing the Houston Texans for a chance to go to their AFC Championship for the first time, you a bitch.
You ain't shit. You a bitch. A bitch. You 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 bitch.
You bitch, C.J. Stroud. Here's another one for you.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
D'Amico, get him out of H-Town. He does not want to be in H-Town. Bench him. Get rid of him. I don't give a shit. Let's move on. Let's get this team better. Another thing they need offensive linemen more than ever to protect the run game. I've said the Saints needed some protection. I think we need to get some more linemen as well. But that's all I got on behalf of the Houston Texans. Like it upset me that he played like shit and he just gave up like that. Like I can't rely on a quarterback like that, folks. But let's go ahead and just keep it positive for the rest of H-Town, shall we? Let's go ahead and talk the Houston Cougars. Because let's go ahead and sound the alarm, folks. Let's sound it off for the city. Because this is the Red Alert. Let's go.
Go Cougs, this a Red Alert.
C-O-U-G-A-R.
Who it's all about?
It's all about the Cougars.
It's all about the Cougars.
On this edition of Red Alert, let's kick it off with some H-Town basketball real quick, because so far the Cougars only had one game since last stream. And it was a Sunday game. Had a later start time. They ended up moving it because of that playoff game with the Patriots. They took on Arizona State. Started off as a wholly one-sided game, but it ended up they getting the win, 103-73. They had a blackout. They painted the Fertitta Center black. Dominant performance, and it all because of one guy, Kingston Flemings. He led in this game with 20 points, 8 assists. He also had 8 assists, 3 turnovers, 4 rebounds, 4 steals, and 2 blocks in this game. But Kristanek Jr. led in this game with 8 rebounds. He also ended the night with 18 points, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 3 steals, and a block. Kingston also led in assists in this game, by the way. But other players in this game, Milos Uzan, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 3 steals. Emmanuel Sharp, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. And then I'm going to throw in Joseph Tugler as well. Tugler also had 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 2 blocks against Arizona State. This now puts the Houston Cougars at 17-1 of the season. Undefeated, still in the conference, 5-0 in the Big 12. Last I saw, they were the number 17 in the country, but I think they moved up a spot. They're now the number 6 team in the country. And it was also a emotional night too. Like they ended up retiring what was his name? Davis for the Houston Cougars. They retired his number 42 jersey. Yeah, so like Dwight Davis. Yeah, Dwight Davis got his jersey retired he played with the Cougars around like the 60s or the 70s. They retired his number. So it was looked like it was a great night at Fertitta. Now, what's next for the Cougs? Well, their next game is going to be under the national. They're going to have national media attention, and the spotlight's going to be on them because I don't know why they wait till the middle of like January when they only got like a month and 2.5 months of the regular season left. But college basketball also does college game day. But unlike football, they don't start it all the way at the very beginning of the season. They wait till like the middle of January and they continue it all the way to March. Well, the season premiere of College Game Day 2026 for college basketball is kicking off in Lubbock, Texas for a top 12 matchup. It's going to be the second meeting between the Houston Cougars and Texas Tech. This time they're playing in Lubbock. It's number 6 versus number 12. Texas Tech 15-4. We're coming in 17-1. Now, the last time they played was back on January 6th. Cougars got the win 69-65. Hell of a game. Had me on the edge of my seat. And they're going to play a second time this month. Looking forward to it. But I think that's going to be the only that game. And then next Wednesday on next week's show, they're going to be on the road again. They go to Fort Worth to play TCU. So while I'm going to be recording, this game will be going on, and I could probably give you a full recap of how they do. But as of right now, this is the only basketball game we've had since last stream. Ready for Saturday. By the way, it's going to be a 5:30 p.m. start time on ESPN, so that's perfect. Definitely get to watch it. I'll be back home in time for it. I'll talk more about it in a bit. But we're not done talking Houston Cougars yet because now I got a little bonus for you. Let's go to the football side real quick. This might be the last thing I might talk Houston Cougar football until the upcoming season. Speaking of the upcoming season, earlier today, they dropped the 2026 football schedule for the Houston Cougars. And let's look at this, shall we? Let's examine this. Just like I did with LSU and McNeese. Here's your 2026 Houston Cougar football schedule. They're going to kick off the season. First 2 games of the season are at home. Home, by the way. No neutral site game, nothing like that. So they're opening up at TDECU September 5th against Oregon State. So we get a little Big 12, Pac-12 showdown in H-Town. September 12th, they're back at home, and they're going to host Southern out of the SWAC. So we got a team from Baton Rouge. They already played one not long ago, and they're going to play the other one. First road game of the season is also their first conference game of the season. They go to Lubbock to play Texas Tech. So what a way to kick off a Big 12 conference play with a rival like Texas Tech, a team they're going to be playing this weekend in Lubbock on the hardwood. September 26th, they go on the road again for a non-conference showdown. They go to Georgia Southern. Talk about that could be a packed house for the Georgia Southern people. I don't even remember where Georgia Southern's located, but expect a full crowd for that one, especially when you got a Power 4 team like Houston heading out to Georgia Southern. Where is Georgia Southern, by the way? I don't like to get my college towns mixed up. I know Georgia State's in Atlanta, just like Georgia Tech. And I know they're the Eagles. Statesboro, Georgia. So I don't know how far that is from Atlanta. I don't know how far it is from H-Town, but if you're going to make the trip, hell yeah. October 3rd, they're back at home in conference play. They're going to look like the rest of the schedule is conference play. They host UCF October 3rd. October 10th, they go to Kansas State. October 17th, they host Oklahoma State. October 24th, they go to Utah. Just like LSU, they will also have a bye week on Halloween night. So no game on Halloween. November 7th, they're at home against Cincinnati. November 14th, they go to Colorado. November 21st will be their final road game of the regular season. They go to West Virginia. And they close out the 2026 season at home November 28th on rivalry week against Baylor. Not bad. Can this be the redemption season where we can see Houston potentially play for a Big 12 championship? Only time will tell, but I like this schedule. If there's any teams on the schedule I would have to probably worry about, I have to worry about Texas Tech, possibly Utah. Cincinnati could be a sneaky one, and hell, even Baylor. That's like 4 games I'd be worried about. Everybody else, I think they can beat. It's just those 4 right there that kind of worry me a little bit. But there you have it. That's the 2026 Houston Cougar football schedule. Let's go ahead and wrap up H-Town. Let's go ahead and talk the Houston Rockets. Throw them H's up. Get the lighters out because it's time to light the fuse.
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light the fuse. Light it up, light it up.
Taking out like a rocket.
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light the fuse. Light it up, light it up, light it up,
out like a rocket.
God damn, I love that, bro. That's so fucking good. Shouts to me.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper, underground methods. Top-notch hoes, get the most, not the little.
All right, let's go ahead and light the fuse. Let's talk Houston Rockets basketball. They play a shitload of games whenever I'm not doing a show, folks. I got 4 games to recap since last show. And out of the last 4, let's just say they've won 3 out of 4. I don't know what's up with them. They can never beat the defending champs. They almost did opening night on tip-off night when they played the Thunder. And I want to say ever since they've played, I think they played each other at least more. I know at least twice. I'm seeing their history so far this season. But they lost again to the Thunder. 111-91 was the final in this one. Let's do a quick recap on some numbers. And it's like Kevin Durant always gets in his feelings every time he plays his former team. I don't know why. Sorry. Opening night, they lost by 1 point in double overtime. I want to say this was the second time they've met. I'm going back and look. This, I know they didn't play in December. So yeah, this is the second. This is only the second time they've met. And they will play again on, they're going to play the night of freaking Mardi Gras. So Rockets and Thunder are going to have a third matchup on February 7th in OKC. And right now they've beaten us two times so far. And that's going to be the last time they've met unless they ever cross paths in the playoffs. So can we at least just beat them one damn time? I don't want to get swept by this team. But Kevin Durant against his former team, 19 points he led. He led in everything in this game. 19 points. He led in rebounds with 7. He led in assists with 3. He also had 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and a block. Şengün had 13 rebounds, 5 assists. Well, actually, Şengün led in rebounds, but he also had 5 assists. Yeah, and assists as well. Shit, Kevin Durant only led in points. What's wrong with me today? Is it the freaking weather outside? It's been pouring ass raining, folks. Şengün also had 5 turnovers and 14 points. Jabari Smith had 17 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 turnovers and 2 steals in this game. And Amin Thompson had 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. But now they're on a 3-game win streak. Go back to, was it Friday night? Yeah, Friday night they hosted the Timberwolves at Toyota. So yeah, back-to-back home games. Well, lately these 4 were all at home, but back-to-back nights they beat the Timberwolves 110-105. Kevin Durant led in points with 39. He also had 7 assists, 5 turnovers, 2 steals, and 1 block. So he led in points and assists. Şengün just led in rebounds in this game. He had 14 rebounds. He also had 25 points, 3 assists, and 4 turnovers. Amin Thompson, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 turnovers. And Reed Shepherd, just 14 points in that game. Then on Sunday, well, we're going to do a little double cross over here. I'm going to jump the Pelicans gun a little bit. What's going on, Jordan? 1/3 of the World League podcast tuning in. What's up, Jordan? They did beat the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a hell of a game, but the Rockets got the win, 119-110 against the Pels. Jabari Smith led in this game with 32 points, but he also had 8 rebounds. But Steven Adams led in rebounds with 10. He also had 5 points, 2 assists. KD led in assists with 8. He also had 3 turnovers, 18 points, and 6 rebounds. Şengün, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 5 steals, and 1 block. While Amin Thompson had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and a block. Meanwhile, on the Pelicans end, I'm going to just go ahead and jump the gun on their side. Trey Murphy led in that game with 21 points, with 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 turnovers, and a steal. But Zion led in rebounds with 6 and 4 assists. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Damn, what is up with me? 2 turnovers and a steal, and Derek Queen had 5 turnovers, 3 assists, and 15 points against the Rockets. And then finally, I wish I could have watched this game. They said this was a hell of a matchup here, but the top 2 teams in that division went head-to-head in a little rivalry matchup, but the Houston Rockets take down one of the hottest team, maybe the second hottest team in the West, in Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. They beat the Spurs 111-106, where Reed Shepherd led in this game with 21 points. He also had 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Şengün led in rebounds with 13, and he led in assists with 9, with 4 turnovers and 20 points. Kevin Durant had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal and a block. And then finally, Jabari Smith had 17 points in this game with 4 rebounds and 1 assist. Before I close out some Rockets talk, let's look at some team leaders as of right now. Kevin Durant still leading in points, averaging nearly 26 points per game. Şengün is averaging 9.3 rebounds per game and 6.4 assists per game, and averages nearly 1.5 steals per game, and averages a block per game. So it's damn near Şengün across the board with KD on the side. Hopefully, I don't like the record right now. They're 26-15 right now. I feel like they should have some of them get losses they shouldn't have lost. Like they could have beat the Thunder. They should have beat the Thunder the first meeting as well, but it is what it is. They're currently 4th in the West right now in the Western Conference. Overall in the league, they are 5th. So it's like the top 5, 4 of the top 5 in the league right now is in the West. And the Rockets are 5th. While in their division, they are like 2nd place, right behind the San Antonio Spurs, who is like the 2nd hottest team in the West right now. Well, that will do it for some Houston Rocket talk and the rest of H-Town. Go ahead and take it to my state. Let's go to the 337 and kick off yet another edition of the Bayou Bandit Duel, where I talk McNeese basketball. You guys ready? Let's go. Well, here we go. We're going to talk. Well, actually, you know what? I forgot to say what's next for the Rockets. I'll just go ahead and get that out of the way before I get to my talk of McNeese basketball. What's next for the Houston Rockets? Tomorrow night, they're in Philly taking on the Sixers. Friday, they go to Detroit to play the Pistons, and you can watch it on Prime Video. Monday night, they're back at Toyota hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. And then while I'm recording next Wednesday, another matchup with the San Antonio Spurs at Toyota. So, I'm going to be pulling double duty. I'm going to be watching Cougars and the Rockets at the same time while recording a live stream. Ooh, get back.
Get back!
Get back!
All right, moving on. Here is the Bayou Bandit Duel, where I talk McNeese basketball. Now, they've only had 2 games since last stream, and let me just say the first matchup on Saturday was kind of a shocker. Probably their worst performance all season in conference play, and I'm not going to shit talk it because There's just something about UT Rio Grande Valley, especially in football. Their first year in football, I was at the game. They beat us. In conference play, we go to their house. At one point, we were trailing 17 points. We tried to make a comeback, but it was a little too late. If we were making our shots in the first place, they would have won this game. But UT Rio Grande Valley was hitting threes like hotcakes. Like, holy shit. They kept it close at the end, put the Vaquero fans on the edge of their seat. But they fall 79-76. It's not going to affect them at all. But I'll give you some numbers in this game. Tyshawn Archie led in that game with 23 points. He had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a turnover. Jacob Fritz and Cole led in rebounds with 10, with 3 points and assists. Garway Dual led in assists with 4, with 2 points and 1 rebound. Larry Johnson, 17 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. And Javon Garcia, 19 points with 4 rebounds. But on Monday afternoon, they were on the road again. They went to Corpus and got the job done. They beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi 69-53. That now currently put McNeese at 15-4 overall with a Southland Conference record of 8-2. Larry Johnson led in this game in points and rebounds, 17 points and 9 rebounds with a turnover and 2 steals. Garway Dual led in assists with 3, with 2 turnovers, 6 points and 4 rebounds. Tyshawn Archie with 13 points and 3 rebounds, and Carl Sharonfont with 13 points and 7 rebounds. Keep on winning. Because if we look at the standings right now, if you're trying to just be the outright conference champions, you're right behind Stephen F. Austin, who is only 9-1 in the conference. So your chance of just winning the conference alone minus the conference tournament, because winning both makes it special. And that's in any conference. Look at the Houston Cougars. They won both last year. They were outright conference champions of the Big 12, and they won the tournament. But it was a hell of a battle there. Meanwhile, here, they just need to keep on winning. And they could possibly happen. I mean, what they got coming up next. But with the weather we got coming up, I know we got some severe winter weather coming. Not just like down here, like all over the country. I've been getting texts and warnings about, like, be sure I got everything I need. Like, we're expecting freezing temperatures with wind chills that could put us in the teens. Like, I'm going to feel like I'm in central part of the country. And they're going to in the central part of the country and northern part of the country is going to have what Canada gets all the time. Well, Saturday, they're back at Townsley Law hosting New Orleans. So I'm going to be in the house. I'm coming back. I'm ready to go to another Manny's game. I hope Master P's there. Master P is the athletic director for the Privateers of New Orleans. Oh, I hope he's there. Make him say, I'm not going to holla, hooty-hoo. I'm not doing that. Nope. I hope Master P will be there. They were supposed to tip off at 4 p.m., but due to the severe freezing weather we got coming up, they changed the times for both games. The girls are going to tip off at noon, and the boys will follow at 2:30, just to be clear of that. Then Monday, they're scheduled to go to Hammond to play Southeastern Louisiana. They might have to reschedule that because they say between Sunday through at least Tuesday next week, roads are going to be icy. Weather is going to be below freezing. It's going to be dangerous. They're probably going to close the schools and all that shit. I mean, I'll see what happens with that. I'm not going to have to worry about it because they're playing on the road, but if you're going to make the trip to Hammond, safe travels, be safe. Because the icy roads ain't no joke. Don't ever hit the brakes, too. Try to keep that wheel straight. But that's what they got coming up next for their next 2 matchups. New Orleans at home, and then they go to Southeastern if they don't reschedule that one. But a little spoiler alert. I'm going to bring it up as a topic tomorrow, but any Stranger Things fans out there? Yeah, lately a lot of sports teams have been having Stranger Things theme nights, and that's what my niece is doing this weekend with Uno. I don't even know what to expect. I've never watched the show, none of that. Maybe I'll get some answers tomorrow. I'll tell more about that at the end. But let's keep things on a positive side. Let's go ahead and take it to the 225. Let's go to Tigerland. Let's talk about the king himself. Let's go. Now that we in the 225, I said we're talking about the king himself because I want to kick off this segment with another edition with LSU in the transfer portal. Now I see why Lane Kiffin has been known as the transfer portal king, and that's why on my overlay, he's sitting on a throne. You know, week after week, I've been giving updates of who they've been picking up in the transfer portal and whatnot, kind of sharing some stuff about the guys, whatnot. I think like last time I came on, we finally got our quarterbacks. We ended up getting 3. I said we got our ace guy. We got Sam Levitt from Arizona State. We even picked up Landon Clark from Milan and who's on Longstreet from USC, and even picked up a running back. Well, we've been picking up a couple more names, and I'm going to throw a couple names out there, but there's one in particular I need to know about. So let's see. So within the last week, we've picked up Achilles Woods, who's a defensive tackle from South Alabama. Fahim Delane, who's a safety from Ohio State. Jamar Jones Jr., who's an offensive lineman from Nichols, so he's not coming too far. Sean Tompkins Jr., who is an offensive tackle from Baylor. Mason Dossett, who is also coming from Baylor, who's a safety. He's going to be playing in be part of DBU. Zach Grace, a tight end from Oregon, so I mean that's big right there. Am I saying this right? He's an offensive line from Maryland. Aluyu Ba?
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is gonna feel my wrath.
I think I said it right. Stacy Gage, who was a running back from UCF, and Theo Grace, a linebacker from North Dakota. But I want to save the best for last. Well, save the best for last. We picked up, Lane Kiffin took 3 more guys from Ole Miss. Devin Harper, who's an offensive tackle. TJ Daughtry, a linebacker. And this guy, I need to know, I need stats on this guy. Prince Will Yaman Mullane, am I saying it right? Defensive end from Ole Miss. Number 1, he's a big top prospect defensive player. I cannot find this guy's stats. I need to know his numbers since he chose to come to LSU. I know his brother is currently playing in the NFL right now. He plays for the Carolina Panthers, but baby brother Prince Will is coming to Baton Rouge. Woo! Oh, man. This is going to be, I'm telling you, 200. How many more days now till the 2026 season? 221 days? 221 days and counting. I'm ready to see what happens. And I'm going to have more about that when we get to it. So, 1, 2, Boogie, Shorty, George.
Give me 1, 2, boogie, and Shorty George. Shorty George.
Oh, I got some exciting news when we get to that. But on the other end, let's continue this talk of LSU. Grab your popcorn because it's time for another edition of the PMAX Show on LSU basketball. All right, so on this edition of the PMAX Show, I'm going to start things off with Kim Mulkey's Tigers because they've only had one game. One game? Yes, one game since last stream. For the second consecutive game, you know, I think it's just SEC teams doing it. The week back pack games for in memory of Pat Summitt, rest in peace to one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. They handled their business with Texas from last stream. They had another week back pack game, but this time they went on the road to Norman and they beat Oklahoma 91-72. That now puts Kim Mulkey's Tigers at 17-2, 3-2 in the SEC, and number 6 in the country. In this game, Flau'jae Johnson led in points with 23, and she led in rebounds with 10, with 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and 1 steal. Michaela Williams led in assists with 5, but she also had 10 points and 6 rebounds and 3 turnovers. Jada Richard had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a turnover. Grace Knox had 13 points and 3 rebounds. And Malaysia Fulwiley, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Or Malaysia Fulwiley. I don't even know. Is it Malaysia? I think it's Malaysia. But that's all they had so far. And then for LSU, they got 2 games coming up. Tomorrow night, they go to College Station to play Texas A&M. 8 p.m. tip-off on the SEC Network. I'll check that out. And then Monday, we're going to see how the weather plays. They're scheduled to host Florida at the PMAC, 7 p.m. on SEC Network, if this game don't get moved. Because between then, their next game after that would be Arkansas on January 29th. My case is, if for safety precaution, they'll probably host them on Tuesday night, but I'll be keeping an eye on that. But that's all they've had so far. Meanwhile, let's talk Matt McMahon's Tigers. Let me just go off a limb and say I'm not going to actually come after you and shit talk you too much, because you motherfuckers finally won an SEC game. This past Saturday, you beat Mizzou 78-70. Congratulations. You finally won an SEC game. You should have won like all the other ones, but you finally waited till midway through SEC play. Markel Sutton had 26 points with 6 rebounds and 1 assist. Mike Nwako had 8 rebounds, 6 points and 1 assist. Rashad King, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 7 points and 1 rebound. And Max McKinnon had 20 points with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a turnover. Now, you did turn around and go lose. You lost to the defending national champs. I called that from a mile away, so I'm not going to shit at you too much for it. But you fall 79-61 in Gainesville to the number 16 team in the country. But as of right now, they put you at 13-6 overall. But your SEC record is shit, 1-5. It could be worse. You could be 0-6 right now, but you're not. Meanwhile, in that Florida loss, Mike Nwako had 17 points with 6 rebounds and an assist. Markel Sutton had 7 rebounds with 10 points and 1 assist. Jalen Reese, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 rebounds, and just 2 points. And Max McKinnon had 10 points and 4 turnovers in this game. And what's next for LSU boys? They go to Arkansas on January 24th. Rivalry game. Arkansas's hot, the number 20 team in the country. And then they come back at home on next week's stream. Early 6 p.m. start time. They host Mississippi State. So that's what we got for LSU basketball next. And that's about all I got on that. Let's go ahead and take it to the 504. Let's go to New Orleans so I can do my Pelicans talk and we can take flight, and then I can continue on with the show. So y'all ready? Let's go ahead and take it to the 504 and jump straight to some Pelicans talk and take flight. Let's go. All right, now we are in the 504. This shouldn't be too quick. Let's go ahead and take flight. Let's talk some Pelicans basketball. Which is no surprise, the Pelicans are once again on a losing streak. Now on a 3-game losing streak. But this is where, matter of fact, this is where I blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
I'm blowing the whistle because you know what? I'm just going to say it with a straight face. The New Orleans Pelicans is the worst team in the NBA. And I say that proudly because this past Friday, you played for last place against a team that only relied on one player that got them to the NBA Finals last year. And with him out the whole year with a serious injury, they were the other worst team. But you fall to the Pacers, 127-119.
You bunch of losers! You're working with a professional here!
Fucking guys, fucking team, man. They fucking suck. I'm gonna hate fuck this shit out of you, ref. There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club. Nothing is there. What the hell is there in this football club? Tell me now.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
I could go on and on and on. Every time I rely to this team, every time I think they're going to win, what do?
They rip your heart out of your ass.
I just can't. I'm actually, how many more months till this fucking circus finally wraps up? You fall to the Pacers, 127-119. Zion had 27 points, 7 assists, 3 turnovers, and 6 rebounds. Derek Queen, 12 rebounds, 14 points, 3 assists, and a turnover. Trey Murphy, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a turnover. And Saddiq Bey had 20 points and 4 rebounds. I already gave you their numbers against the Houston Rockets, and while I was on the air, they were in the final period. They fell to the Detroit Pistons, 112-104. So that currently now puts the New Orleans Pelicans at 10-36 of the season. I know they're in last place in their division. They're in last place in the Western Conference, and they are officially in last place in the entire league. Uncalled for. And I just want to see what numbers they got against the Pistons before I just go ahead and wrap this up. Saddiq Bey led with 20 points. Who is this? Micah Pevy led in rebounds with 7, and Derek Queen led in assists with 8 and 4 turnovers. Let's see what Zion had. Zion had four fucking points. But he only played, what, did he get hurt again? I didn't even watch this game. He played 15 minutes. Did he get hurt? Somebody talk to me. He only had 4 rebounds and a turnover and just 4 fucking points. Jeremiah Fears, 12 points, 5 rebounds. Missy had 4.6 rebounds. Jordan Poole, 11 points. Man, what? Dude, this team is fucking ass. It's not going to get any better. Nick, they got 3 games still next week's show. They go to Memphis to play the Grizzlies. They go to San Antonio and play the second best team in the West and the Spurs. And then the 27th, they play the number 1 team in the West. And if any chance, they ain't going to be pretty for the Bells. They're about to be on a 6-game losing streak. I'm calling it now. I'll be shocked if they at least beat the Memphis Grizzlies, but I'm not even going to count on it. But that's all the talk I got on my teams I cover on this show. But I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I only got 2 more topics I'm going to bring up, and then the show's over with. I'll just go on and jump real quick and say my NFL talk, I'm only just going to recap the divisional rounds real quick, say what I got to say about these matchups that we just had. But I'm not going to predict the NFC and AFC championships until tomorrow, which explains I am doing a second show tomorrow where I'm going to bring on 2 familiar faces that's been on the show before. One guy, his team's playing in the NFC Championship this weekend. I'm bringing in Bryce Coots, who's a big Seattle Seahawk fan. He also got his show, the Hawkeyes podcast. He's going to be coming on tomorrow. And Dylan from the World League podcast is coming back on to help us recap the divisional round of the NFL, talk some other shit, and predict the NFC and AFC Championship games with Bryce and I. It's going to be fun. But let's go ahead and talk about one season wrapping up. Let's talk a story here, folks. All positive talk right here. First and foremost, a big congratulations to Signetti, Coach Signetti, Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza, and the Indiana Hoosiers doing the unthinkable. You're talking about a team who 5 years ago went 2-10. I think the following year they went 3-9. And then 5 years later, perfect 16-0 record. You win the college football playoff national championship, your first ever national championship in football, and you did this with no 5-star recruits. I wanted it to be a close game, and it was exactly that. They beat the Miami Hurricanes in their own house, I think it was 27-21. That touchdown run by Mendoza on 4th and 8, that was incredible run. That shows why he's the Heisman Trophy winner. And a great underdog story. Like for a team like Indiana, who's never won really anything. They were once one of the laughing stocks of the Big Ten and one of the laughing stocks in college football, and they just completely turned it all around. Cignetti built this team to the ground up and made them what they are today. I mean, go back a year prior where they had their first successful season in God knows how long. They went to the college football playoffs just to fall to Notre Dame in the first round, and they never looked back since. It was sometime in December of 2024 was the last time that Indiana lost a football game. And now, national champions, like a great story and a great family is the Mendoza family. I always love when they show his parents. And if you know the backstory with his mom, she has MS, multiple sclerosis. She's in a wheelchair. She's confined in a wheelchair. And just seeing her presence when she sees her son ball out like that and celebrating, it's so touching. And the fact her husband, every time he scores a touchdown, he don't stand up and celebrate. He stays and sits and celebrates with his wife. Such a beautiful thing. That's true love right there. So, and we already know he's going to the NFL. He's going to be the number 1 pick. I know the Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. They're going to pick him up. Now, his baby brother, who was one of the he wasn't his backup. He was a backup's backup. Alberto Mendoza did enter the transfer portal. He's going to play at Georgia Tech. And before you bash that guy, I'm just going to go off a limb and say, I am all in. I approve stuff like this because you don't want to live behind your brother's shadow. Your brother fulfilled his own legacy. Let him go out there and fulfill his own. Georgia Tech's going to need a quarterback anyway. Haynes King's going to the NFL draft. So let's see what Alberto Mendoza can do at Georgia Tech. I wish him nothing but the very best. But I'll tell you what, whatever I got to see of Indiana, I've despised the team a little bit, be honest with you, real talk. But goddamn, I have enjoyed watching this team play football. They were a damn good football team, and I salute them for 2 reasons. Number 1, you beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, and you beat belt to motherfucking ass to Alabama in the Rose Bowl of all games. You beat the shit out of Alabama at the granddaddy of them all. Meanwhile, the Miami Hurricanes, I will congratulate them on a successful season. I know it's been like over 20 years since Miami played in a national championship. I'm also going to give a shout out to Miami as well for 2 reasons. Number 1, they eliminated the Ohio State Buckeyes, keeping them out of the national championship picture. And number 2, our new an old enemy that's going to become our new fierce enemy from the future. You eliminated Ole Miss in the semifinals in the Fiesta Bowl. Shout outs to the U for that. You made it a hell of a game. Now, if you took Miami in the points, congratulations. I know you won your money because Indiana did not cover. I think they gave Miami +7.5. And they've only beat them by 6, so Indiana didn't cover, but they won the national championship. They beat Miami in their own house, which it's been a while since the team played a national championship in their own house like that. And now Indiana. I'll give you a little back history on the Hoosiers real quick. And yeah, I don't usually do this, but I'm giving all the love right now to Indiana, and I got a little more to say after. So for those who are tuning in and don't want to hear this, oh well.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
Indiana's no stranger to championships. That football national title is now their 25th national championship for men's sports. They have 1 wrestling championship, 6 national championships in swimming, 8 in soccer, 1 in outdoor track and field, 3 in cross country. In a sport that made them so relevant, basketball, you guessed it, 5 national championships. Yep, 5 national championships in basketball, and it was in 1976. They had a perfect season. That was their 3rd natty, and they did it with a perfect record, just like they did for the 25-26 season in football. But their last, I know their last one in basketball was 87, but that wasn't the last time like they won a championship. People forgot. But that was their first national championship in a men's sport since soccer in 2012. But the women, no strangers to championships themselves. I know Indiana's cheerleading program has 6 national championships. The women's tennis team has 1. And the women's basketball, they did win the WNIT in 2018. So a little love for them as well. I'm not going to go down the they're no strangers to individual championships, but I'm not even going to get to that. Like, I'm just going as a team. So no stranger to championships, but it's been a long time since they ever brought some hardwood to Bloomington. So again, congrats to Indiana, and congrats to all the teams that won national championships in football in 2025. Indiana won. Montana State, congratulations to them winning the FCS. Ferris State won another national championship in Division II. South Carolina State won the national championship in HBCU. They won the Celebration Bowl. I'm looking up Division III. I want to see who this is. And then I got a rant real quick. I don't know. Hang on. All right. Division. Who's this team right here? Sorry for the hold up. I'm just trying to see. It's a team that's purple and gold. I mean, that can't be Mary Hardin Baylor, is it? Oh shit! I hate pop-ups. North Central. Wait, no. Shit, who fucking won it? Oh, I'm sorry. UW, so is that University of Wisconsin? UW River Falls won the Division III national championship, defeating North Central out of Illinois. So Wisconsin, River Falls, Ferris State, South Carolina State, Montana State, Indiana. Congrats to all you guys winning your national championships in college football. Junior college? Who's the national champs in junior college? I'll look that up. Oh, maybe X could help me out. I can't see it here, but whoever won, if your school won the national championship junior college, congratulations to you guys too. But here's my rant here, because I'm going to be honest with you, I have never fucking saw this any other time somebody else won a national championship. But if you play in a league, it's not even a fucking league, it's a get together. The National Club Football, what the fuck is that? In all my years, let's just say anytime LSU won a national championship or like Alabama or something, I've never seen a team that won a fake championship in a freaking league that don't even exist and try to get credit for it because a team that beat you in an actual season won it instead of you, and you're no longer the big bad bully. If you know what I'm talking about, Ohio fucking State. Whatever the fuck you won in November, don't count. The National Club Football Champions? Fuck out of here. Why are we hearing that all of a sudden? You bragging about it because you got your fucking ass whooped by Miami and you lost to Indiana? You can't accept the fact that Indiana is better than you? They're now the kings of the Big Ten and the kings of college football? You know who your daddy is, Ohio State.
You answer me when I ask you, who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Gary? Who's your daddy? You. Uh-huh. And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team? Yours. Mm-hmm.
Y'all just can't accept the fact y'all no longer the kings. Indiana is. And you go turn around. You never seen LSU do. I don't even think LSU is stupid enough to do some shit like this. And I thought them having Quidditch was stupid enough. No. You don't see freaking Michigan doing this shit. You don't see fucking Notre Dame, who cannot join the conference. They probably couldn't even join the conference to play that bullshit. Enough with the fake shit. Get the fuck over it. Indiana is the national champions. They beat you on the Big Ten championship. Quit being y'all some bitches. Ohio State, you bitch, you bitch.
You ain't shit, you a bitch, you 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 bitch.
God, you bitch, Ohio State. Quit claiming bullshit. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna see how long this takes me, because I'm going to be doing majority of this tomorrow night. But I want to give my take of the divisional round of college football. Been a crazy one. And Super Bowl 60, we're either getting a 58 or a 59 rematch, if you know what I mean. Where do I want to start? Oh, Bills and the Broncos. You talk about a twist here. Oh, I need to get the scores up too for this. But we know the Denver Broncos beat the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's one-way ticket of winning a championship finally, and he still couldn't do it. With Mahomes not in the playoffs, with Joe Burrow not in the playoffs, you overcame Trevor Lawrence, but you couldn't overcome Bo Nix and that Broncos defense. Broncos won that game 33-30 in overtime. Not to mention there's so much drama going on with both this. Let's start with the Buffalo Bills. Because of you losing that playoff game, you fire McDermott as your head coach. That's got to be the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Now you put your team in a bigger bind. Wait, are y'all doing budget cuts because you got this brand new stadium coming up? You got to pay the final bill on it? So you're going to get rid of a guy who didn't even fuck up in McDermott? Jeez Louise, Buffalo. You're more of a circus right now than the Cleveland Browns. And that just shows y'all are cursed. Y'all cannot win shit. And y'all can't find shit to fix it.
We ain't found shit.
Meanwhile, the Broncos, which I'm not going to overcount them too much, but I think we're in a shocking turn of events of what happened. Just out of freaking nowhere, while we're watching an ass whooping, breaking news after their win over the Buffalo Bills, Bo Nix breaks his leg or his ankle. He tears his fibula. He's out, and he cannot play in the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. You now got to rely on a former Patriot quarterback that you picked up in the trade. You got to pick I don't want to get his name wrong. He's a former Georgia Bulldog. Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham is going to be taking the snaps in the AFC Championship game. Now, yeah, I get it. Last season, he did get the Broncos to the playoffs while Bo Nix was out, despite them getting knocked out in the first round. But what did he do? He did not play a single fucking play all season. You want to know what his stats was for 2025? 0. 0 yards, 0 touchdowns. Plus, he didn't have no interceptions to throw. I'm not even a Broncos fan, and I'm going through such pain and personal anguish.
And all this time, I've been going through such pain and personal anguish. Such hell for nothing.
Probably because I love Bo Nix. I love Sean Payton, but I think did they really shoot himself in the foot with Bo Nix out? Can Stidham really get them out of the hole they're in and take over? Because, I mean, they're hosting the AFC Championship. It's not like they're going to Foxborough. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I saw this coming. But, man, how do you pull some shit like this? I feel like the Seattle's journey of getting to the Super Bowl, they're taking out division rivals one at a time. And once again, they took out the San Francisco 49ers. They beat the shit out of the 49ers, 41-6. And why is it that every time the 49ers do some freaking hype video, get Crowdy and riled up just to get their ass whooped 41-6? Seattle, I think Seattle's locked in. It's going to the Super Bowl. That's why I said we're either getting a Super Bowl 48 or 49 rematch. It's either going to be Seahawks versus Broncos or it's Seahawks versus Patriots. Patriots beat the Texans. I already talked about that. And then the Rams-Bears went into overtime, and somehow the fucking Rams pulled it off 20-17. And don't even get me started. We are now at, I think it's the 7-year anniversary of the no call against the Rams in the NFC Championship. I don't give a shit what y'all say. I know it's been 7 years. I will never get over that. We were fucking robbed of a Tom Brady, Drew Brees Super Bowl matchup, and you fucking know it. That's why I despise the Rams just as much as I despise the Atlanta Falcons and the fucking Dallas Cowboys. Fuck Sean McVay. Fuck Roger Goodell, especially. Fuck them officials, and fuck the LA Rams. Fuck them hard. I hope Seattle beats the fucking shit out of them and goes to the Super Bowl. They like A&M and got a 12th man. You know what? I'm the fucking 12th man this weekend. Bryce, if you're tuning in, you already know who I'm pulling for in the NFC Championship. The AFC is going to be a coin toss. It's a tricky one. We'll look at that. We're going to reveal all that tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for the night. Again, you want to hear the rest of the NFL talk? Tune in tomorrow night. Special start time, 7 p.m. Central. It's going to be myself, Dylan from the World Elite Podcast, and Bryce from the Hawkeyes Podcast. We're going to do a mega recap of this divisional round. I want to hear their takes about it. We're going to break down these two conference championship games, make predictions, and see who goes to Super Bowl 60. Plus, I'm going to get their reaction on Indiana winning the national championship. Might talk a little bit about the transfer portal. I want to hear Bryce's thoughts about DeMond staying at Washington and anybody else the Huskies picked up. I want to hear Dylan's thoughts about LSU and Kiffin dominating the transfer portal. You're going to hear all that tomorrow night. 7 p.m. Central. I will catch you here. Until then, peace, love, I'm out. God bless. Stay warm. Be prepared for winter is coming, folks. But God bless y'all. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow night.